Hello everyone, Auvbri here, and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. This time we are doing the backwards house, and the reason that it's actually called this is because I decided to do something a bit different in this build. Normally when I do a build, I build the skeleton of the house, and then I do like the outside, or at least most of the outside, and then I move inside and do the interior. But this time I thought, you know what if I make every single room by itself before I actually started to do the skeleton of the house. So I made every single room by themselves, and kind of combined them, and that would turn into a house. And that's kind of what I did in this build. It turned out really cool, so that's why it's called the backwards house, because I did things a bit backwards than I usually do, and it turned out really cool. So as you can see here, we started off with the kitchen here, and this house is not a very big house. Actually, it's actually quite a small house. It has all the rooms that you need. It has 2 bedrooms. It has a bathroom, a kitchen, as we're doing here. It has a living room and a dining room, and that's really all you need. But I was kind of inspired by Danish apartments and how they are kind of very compact, but also feel very roomy. So we're just doing the the entrance hallway here, I guess you can call it. So this is kind of the hallway that actually binds every room together, and we are working on the toilets, bathroom now. It's not that big of a bathroom, but it has everything you need. So we have a shower that's going in here, behind that wall to kind of, break it off a bit. And then I use this half wall to, again, break it up a bit. So you get a bit more privacy when on the actual toilet. So we put the toilet behind the wall there, and then we are placing some decorative objects here, and then putting in the sink on the other side of the half wall. I decided to go with a big mirror on the big wall, and just like this little rounded mirror on the back wall. Moving on into the next room. This is the teenage room, teenage boys room. Yeah, I know, you could have made something else, maybe like a office area or something with this room, but I really wanted to have 2 bedrooms in this build. So I went with like this bluish color in here, combined with the white color. I thought it looked really cool. It's a very simple room, and this build didn't actually take that long to do. It was like an hour and 20 minutes or something. So not that long of a build. But it turned out really nice. It's definitely something I enjoyed doing this backwards way. Just doing every single room and not really knowing what the house was gonna look like when it was finished, and having like these limits to what the rooms should be, because I wanted every room to feel big but not be as big as they actually was. So that's why you actually see everything feels kind of crammed together in every room, but it also feels very roomy, and I thought that was a really cool idea. So we've moved into the dining room here. Yeah, again, not that big of a room, but it has a table that seats 4, and you also have the table inside of the kitchen where you can actually eat, so that's cool as well. I'm just putting some decorative objects on the wall here as well, just kind of fill up the room with stuff, and we're gonna put in some plants to make it kind of feel alive. I'm using a lot of pastel colors in this build, and very bright and vibrant colors as well. I thought that was a really cool idea. And in here in the living room, I really wanted to break things up a bit, so I decided to go with this stone wall combined with this brownish color, and throw in some yellow stuff in here, just because I thought that looked really, really cool. And also to kind of, you know, get some other colors than blue and greenish. And, you know, it just looks really cool, as you can see in the screenshots in the end. Again, not that much space in here, so we only can seat or fit in a 2-person couch, but that should be all right. Just putting some more stuff on the walls, and we've moved out to the hallway here, where I just put some decorative objects where they could actually fit in. Because as you can see, it's a very narrow hallway, and with a lot of doors into a lot of different rooms and stuff like that. So I was just moving or rotating the whole lot because I actually needed it to face the right way, and just putting in some greeneries here. It actually has quite a big garden, this build. I didn't actually do that many things with the garden. I put in like a little you know, place where you can use the barbecue, and I put in a lot of plants and stuff like that, just to make it look very, very natural. I really wanted this natural feel to the garden, but I also wanted the feel of, you know, that the garden was taken care of. So it's kind of like this really good mix between you know, wild garden and managed garden. I thought that was a really cool idea. For the outside here, we just I just chose this black brick compared with this natural stone. I thought that looked really, really cool as well. A flat roofing, just because that was what I felt like would look the best. I didn't really actually want to do a roofing, just because I kind of thought, with all of the weird angles that we have on this house, you know, all of the you know, all of the walls into the build and stuff like that, I just put in some greeneries inside of them, and I just thought with a roof that would kind of break the idea of this house being a backwards build. But just checking around, and here we have these screenshots of the house here. I already moved a sim into it. I really hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, be sure to leave it a big like and subscribe and share it with your friends. It really helps me out a great big deal. I'm having some problems with the gallery, so I can't actually link this build to you, but if you search my Origin ID in the gallery, you should be able to find me. I have contacted EA about this problem, and I'm just waiting for an answer now. But yeah, you should be able to find my build yourself if you just search my Origin ID Auvbri, and you should be able to find it. Simple as that, but no link this week. But anyways, I really, really hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this channel, and just have a fantastic day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time for another video. So have a fantastic day.